What's going on, trolls? It's your boy Vinny the Villain back here with the Council of Trolls doing another video on Kingdom Hearts 3. Now guys, since the last time we talked about Kingdom Hearts 3, it was sitting at an 88 Metacritic. Beautiful. I'm loving it, I'm digging it, that's what I need. Now, I've already spent quite some time playing the game, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing a first impressions video, just kind of giving you my initial thoughts over the game, and eventually leading up to a review. But there is something that is on my mind right now that I just cannot stand. Like I said, before we saw Kingdom Hearts sitting at an 88 Metacritic. But if you check Metacritic now, you'll notice it's dropped down to an 86. Now, why, might you ask? I have the answer. You see, our Metacritic has been sabotaged by a golem-looking creature by the name of Josh Wise. I'm gonna need to pop out my lenses on this one because I just can't. Mr. Wise felt it necessary to deem Kingdom Hearts 3 with a 4 out of 10 score. Now, I'm all about people having a right to their own opinion, but it's one thing when you just simply want to do something for the sake of clickbait. When you look at Metacritic, you will notice that unanimously there are nothing but positive review scores for Kingdom Hearts 3, save for this one review. A review from a website I have never heard of before. This takes me back to when Uncharted 4 dropped, and that game was performing extremely well with reviews and had a really high Metacritic. But then out of nowhere, this absurd negative review dropped and lowered the Metacritic of Uncharted 4. Mr. Wise even goes so far as to admit that he really didn't play the Kingdom Hearts franchise. And yet one of his biggest gripes about Kingdom Hearts 3 is he doesn't understand the story. Now, let's give credit to where credit is due. He did try to play some of them to understand and get caught up because he anticipated he was going to do the review. I just don't know what the hell he thinks gives him the right to make a comment on Kingdom Hearts 3 when he can't even comprehend the plot. Now guys, it's no secret, I've talked about this, I've admitted it before, the plot to Kingdom Hearts is pretty convoluted, but it's not incomprehensible. It seems like the theme of Mr. Wise's review is essentially that he doesn't understand anything about the game. He even went so far as to make a bold statement that the main attraction of Kingdom Hearts 3 are the addition of the Pixar universe. No, you idiot! The main attraction isn't Pixar, the main attraction is the game itself. Now, I'll be damned to have someone who looks like the relative of the character Ephialtes from the movie 300 make a comment on a game he really knows nothing about. And correction, Mr. Wise, the main attraction to Kingdom Hearts 3 is not the addition of Pixar. That's the main attraction that you utilize to lure little children into the white van that you own. Naturally, learning more about who Josh Wise really is, I really have no respect for his gaming opinion in general. In fact, in his bio on the very website that he works for, it says that he feels as if Halo ODST is the best Halo game in the franchise. Clearly, Mr. Wise has a completely different idea of what is an amazing game. He goes on to complain about how the game is just a slack and hash without the slash. And how for 40 hours he's just kept jumping the X button. Oh really? So all you did was tap the X button. You didn't dodge at all, you didn't jump at all, you didn't interact with things at all, you didn't lock on at all. If none of you understand where I'm coming from quite yet, just think of it this way. Mr. Wise scored Kingdom Hearts 3 a 4 out of 10, and also Fallout 76 a 4 out of 10. See, this is what's the matter with the internet nowadays. It's just full of sad, pathetic people who want to use clickbait to attract attention to their website. But let's be honest, Mr. Wise, you really have no right to make a critique of Kingdom Hearts 3. You think playing the 7th or 8th entry in a franchise and rapidly playing some of the previous games somehow gives you a right to give a serious opinion on the final game? It seems to me that the person who assigned this review to you is just about as dumb as you are. And you know what? I really hope you get your clickbait out of this. I hope plenty of people look at your website and subscribe and watch, because that really seems to be the only thing you're after are views. You're not being an honest journalist giving the game a 4 out of 10 because you just don't understand the plot because you didn't really play the series. And what an absurd issue to take up with the game to state that the plot only advances when people talk about it. Yeah, that's how things work with plots. The Kingdom Hearts franchise has been known to integrate the plots of other cartoon movies. So for you to take issue with that occurring in the third Kingdom Hearts game really just demonstrates your ignorance of what the franchise is about. That's part of the appeal of Kingdom Hearts, is that you get to interact in these storylines that you're familiar with these characters that you're familiar with, that you grew up with. And yet you somehow ding the game for using that nostalgia effect over you. Now given, I haven't beaten the game yet, so maybe the game is really a 4 out of 10. But when we take into consideration that this idiot of incest is really just displaying his misunderstanding for the purpose of this game and how it's been, and how every little complaint that he has about it really isn't a legitimate gripe, and how at the end of the day he's really a no-name journalist who simply just wanted to get clickbait. Mr. Wise, I think it's time to come to the conclusion that you really don't know what the hell you're talking about. When I first read the review, I will admit I was pretty upset to see that someone was ballsy enough to give the game a 4 out of 10. But what made matters worse is when I saw his picture. Word on the street is that this is a profile picture from Mr. Wise's appearance on the show To Catch a Predator. Oh my god, and the gripes just don't stop there, guys. He went so far as to be upset by the fact that the first, 2 hours of the game they have you play Kingdom Hearts 2.9, it's a joke, dumbass. The game took a while to come out with, so of course they're gonna do something like that to acknowledge that it took. That does it for this episode of the Council of Trolls, ladies and gentlemen. Message of the day is just stay away from people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let's see if we can get 50,000 likes on this video. If we do, I will be cutting the head off of a pig live and cooking bacon on camera. See you next time.